takes place in the island, right? Prospero and Miranda are present in this scene and they are talking to each other. Miranda says that if by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this road, if it is because of your magic that you have created this storm, if this storm is your creation, if this storm has been raised by your magic, then allay them. Allay them means calm them down. I request you to please pacify this storm, to calm this storm. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch. Pitch, I told you the meaning of pitch is tar, that black, thick liquid, right? But that the sea mounting to the Welkin's cheek. Welkin's cheek means the edges of the clouds. So there is a kind of a strife, a kind of struggle going on between the sky and the waters of the sea, waves of the sea. The waves of the sea are rising high towards the clouds. They want to extinguish the fire in the clouds. That is the lightning which is happening in the clouds. The water of the sea is trying to extinguish it. And what is the sea trying to do? The sea is making, what is the sky trying to do? The sky is trying to pour down that black liquid, which is there in its cloud, right? It is making an attempt to pour down that black liquid from the cloud. So both are kind of fighting, not at peace. Dashes the fire out. So, oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. So Miranda says that Miranda was standing on the island, right? Looking at the shipwreck, which was taking place in the sea. Though everything was an illusion, no loss of life or property was done in that shipwreck. It is just an illusion which was created by Prospero's magic craft, right? So, oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. So Miranda says, I also suffer. My heart is also in pain when I look at those people who are suffering in the sea. When I look at those people who are dying in the sea. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creatures in her. So when I see a brave vessel means a very strong, a very grand, a very magnificent vessel. You know the meaning is, it means ship. When I see a grand, a magnificent ship wrecking in the sea, who had no doubt some noble creatures in it. And I am sure all the passengers who were on this ship were noble creatures, right? They belonged to nobility because it was a royal ship. You know, the king was traveling in that ship. So a king will not travel in any ship. It will be perhaps the best one, right? And the most grand and magnificent one. So a brave vessel who had no doubt. Miranda says that there is no doubt that this vessel was carrying some noble and some great people, some royal people in it, dashed all to pieces. And in front of my eyes, I saw everything dash into pieces. I saw that ship breaking down into pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. And when I heard the cries of those people who were there inside the ship, because the shipwreck happened near the island, right? So when I heard their cries, when I heard their howls, the sound of those people in pain, what happened? Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. It touched my heart. I could feel their pain. Their cries were really very painful. They had a deep impact upon my heart. Heart-rending cries were made by those people. Poor souls, they perished. Poor creatures, they all perished. They all were drowned in the sea. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth or air it should it should the good ship so have swallowed and the frotting souls within her. So Miranda says that if I had any powers like God, if I would have been the God of power, what would I have done? I would have sunk the sea within the earth. That before this ship, this sea could swallow this ship, I would have made the earth swallow the sea. I would have sunk the sea within the earth. Or it means before that. Before it should the good ship so have swallowed. Before the sea engulfing the ship, I would have made the earth engulf the sea and the frotting souls within her, right? And the frotting souls within her means the passengers, the fine passengers which were there in the ship. Before they could have been engulfed and swallowed by the sea. If I would have been the God of power, I would have made the earth swallow the sea. I would have sent the sea inside the earth. Clear? Okay. If not, then can you tell me what type of a lady was Miranda?
Ricky and Farjan have raised their hands.
What do you come to know about Miranda from this speech? Aditi.
Mom, Miranda was a good person as she when she saw the people suffering, she also said that her heart is also suffering.
Good, bad. Be more precise. I told you these are very general adjectives. Yesterday only.
She was kind girl.
Very kind-hearted.
She was very soft-hearted.
Yes, soft-hearted, kind-hearted, a gentle soul, you can say. So, a very emotional creature.
Right? Ma'am, she's kind-hearted, but she's so childish also.
So?
Childish. Ma'am, she says that she will drive the sea to the bottom of the earth. Ma'am, just because some people...
She is not a very grown-up lady. She must be 15 or 16 years of age at the most. Not even 16. She will be 15 years of age. Because they have been on this island for the past 12 years. And when Miranda was 3, Prospero was thrown out of the dukedom. Thrown out of Milan when Miranda was 3. Not even 3, less than 3 rather. Right? So, and now they have been living on this island for 12 years now. So 12 plus 3, if you do, then it comes to 15. So she was just a 15-year-old girl. Right?
Mom, please explain the 4th and the 5th line.
4th and 5th line. But that the sea mounting to the Welkin's cheek. So the sea mounting to the Welkin's cheek means the waves of the sea, they are rising high because of the storm. Right? When there is a storm, the waves, they roar and they rise high. Right? So it seems to Miranda that they are trying to touch the sky, dashes the fire out. They are trying to reach the sky and the clouds, and they are making an attempt to extinguish the fire in the sky. That is, what is the fire in the sky? The lightning. There is thunder, there is lightning, there is a storm. All these things are happening at the same time. Right? So they are these waves of the sea, they are making an attempt to reach the Welkin's cheek. I told you the meaning of Welkin's cheeks is the edges of the cloud, right? So they are trying to reach the edges of the cloud and put the fire in this, put out the fire in the sky. Anything else? No. So we can proceed further. Prospero, be collected. No more amazement till your piteous heart. There's no harm done. Tell your piteous heart, there is no harm done. So Prospero says, be collected. Miranda is very hyper at the moment, right? she's not behaving normally. She says she is like very annoyed at the sea, right? Not at peace when she saw all these things, the shipwrecking and the cries, when she heard the cries of so many people, right? And she saw so many people being drowned in the sea, right? So Prospero tries to calm her down, right? And says that relax, calm down. No need for you to get so excited, right? No more amazement. There is no need for you to be perturbed. There is no need for you to be amazed, to be shocked at what you are seeing, right? Everything is normal. You relax, you calm down. Don't get hyper. Tell your piteous heart there is no harm done. So your piteous heart means the heart which is full of kindness, the heart which is full of sympathy. Tell your heart that there is no harm done. Trust me if I am telling you that nobody is harmed in this shipwreck. Believe me, no harm is done to anyone. So you relax, you calm down. There's no need for you to get so emotional about it, right? Miranda, oh the day. She says, oh, what? But Miranda is not ready to listen because she saw a terrible sight in front of her. She says, oh, it is such a sorrowful day. It is such a bad day. Prospero, no harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter. So Prospero says, I told you, no harm is done. You are not ready to listen to me. Again and again, you are repeating the same thing. It is such a sorrowful day. It is such a bad day. It is a terrible day. I saw this. I saw that. May this happen to the sea. May sea be engulfed by the earth. Right? Why are you talking all this? When I said that there is no harm done. So now he repeats externally and he says, he again repeats his statement. He says, no harm. Means no harm is done. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Right? There is nothing which I have done against you. Whatever I am doing at the present moment and whatever I have done, that is just for you, my dear daughter. Everything I am doing is for your sake. In care of thee means for your sake, for your betterment. You are always in my thoughts, and whatever I do, it's because of you and it's for you. My dear one, thee, my daughter. So you are my daughter, so I am doing everything for my dear daughter. Art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor self, and thy no greater father. So now he says that trust me that whatever I'm doing just for you, my dear daughter. Art ignorant of what thou art. My dear daughter, who is ignorant of your real identity? You, my dear daughter, are ignorant of your true self. This is not your reality. We are not the true residents of this island. We have not lived on this island forever, right? So, art ignorant of what thou art. You are completely ignorant. You are completely unaware of who you are. Not knowing of whence I am. You don't even have an idea from where I came to this island. Whence means where? From where I am. To which place do I belong? Till now, Prospero has told nothing about his past to Miranda. So he says, you don't know anything about your past. You don't know the place to which I belong. You are completely unaware of your own identity. See, when they came to this island, Miranda was just 3. So a 3-year-old child won't remember everything, right? So from whence I am, not that I am more better than Prospero. And you don't even have an idea of this fact that I am not this poor, humble Prospero living in a poor cell on this island, living in this cave on this island. What you know about me is this much only, that I am a very humble, poor fellow living in this modest cell. That is not my reality. And I know greater Father. Father, you only know two things about me, and that is that I am the owner of this poor cell, ruler of this island, and I am your father. You know nothing else about me. Miranda, more to know, did never meddle with my thoughts. Acha, there is something else which I should have known. I never thought about it. This thing never came into my mind that you are something more than this. I always thought of you as my father and the owner of this cell. That's it. And the ruler of this island who controls everything upon this island. These are the only things which I knew about you. And still there is something else for me to know. It didn't even occur to my mind. Did not meddle with my thoughts means this thing never struck my mind. Never came to my mind that there is something else which I should have known about you, or something else which I need to know about. So Prospero says, "'Tis time." "'Tis time" means it is time. "'Tis time I should inform thee further." Prospero says that now the time has come. Now is the right time that I should tell you more. I should inform thee further. You need to know something more at the present moment. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So he says to Miranda that please give me your hand and help me to take off this magic garment, this magic cloth gown which I am wearing at the present moment, and pluck my magic garment from me. So lays down his robe, and then he removes the robe which he was wearing, that magic robe which helped him in performing different magic tricks. Right? So, can you tell me why did he remove his magic cloak or the magic gown which he was wearing? Anyone, any idea why he decided, why he asked Miranda to help him take off his magic garment before talking to her? Anyone? Yes, Ishan.
Ma'am, so that her daughter does not think that Prospero is using any magic to mess with her, something like that.
Because he wanted to talk to Miranda at the present moment like a father. Right? He didn't want to talk to her like a magician. He wanted to talk to her like a father. He wanted this conversation to be strictly a father-daughter thing. Right? So that is why, that is the symbolism of it, that he just asked Miranda to take off that magic robe which he was wearing. Lie there, my art. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. So Miranda must be crying because she saw so much, right? Such horrible things she saw in front of her eyes. So there must be tears in her eyes. So Prospero says that wipe thou thine eyes. Please wipe these tears from your face, from your eyes. Have comfort and relax. Calm down. If I've told you that no harm is done, so it means no harm is done. The direful spectacle of the red, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mind now. So he says the direful means the terrible thing which you saw in front of your eyes. Right? The terrible sight which took place, the terrible sight which happened in front of your eyes, which you witnessed in front of your eyes, that which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, which touched the very the virtue which you possess, the virtue of compassion, the virtue of kindness, the virtue of sympathy which you possess, which is present inside your heart, that was touched by that sight, by that horrible sight which you saw. I have with my provision, with such provision in mine heart. This sight was created by so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as in here, fitted to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardest cry, which thou sawest sing. Sit down. So he says that whatever you saw in front of your eyes, I have with such provision. I have planned it in such a manner that so safely ordered that everyone is safe. Right? With such provision means I have managed, I have arranged something, I have arranged everything in such a manner that, and I have instructed everything, the people who were, the spirits who were performing all this, they were instructed by me in such a manner that there is no, not even a single soul, not so much perdition as an hair. Not even a single hair of anyone who was on board that ship was damaged. Though whatever you saw was a horrible sight, but still, trust me, that everything was planned in such a manner, everything was managed in such a manner, everything was arranged by me in such a manner that not even a single soul, forget about the soul, not even the single hair was damaged or destroyed, fitted to any creature in the vessel. Not even a single hair of any creature who was on board that vessel was damaged, which thou heardest cry. The creatures whom you heard crying, the passengers whom you heard crying, they are all safe. They have not been harmed in any manner. Which thou sawest sink. The ship which you saw sinking in front of your eyes, that has also not been damaged. So nobody is harmed, nothing is damaged. So now you can sit down. For thou must now know further. Why? Because it's time for you to know something further. Because I want to tell you something more. Right? I want you to be aware of certain things, certain facts. So now, remove these things, remove this shipwreck from your mind. Stop thinking about it. Stop being perturbed by it and relax. Calm down and listen to me. Right? Anything you want to ask?
Ma'am.
So he asked Miranda to sit down, for thou must now know further, because it's time for you to know further. So I have to tell you something important. Miranda, you have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet. So Miranda says, Arey, this happened a lot of times. Several times you made me sit down that I have to tell you something I want to tell you, but then all of a sudden you stopped and I was left with bootless inquisition. Means what happens? This happens quite often. You catch hold of any person and you say, see, I want to tell you something. And then the curiosity of the person is incited. And then you say, Arey, leave it. I'll tell you afterwards, right? Not now. Yeah, I'll tell you about it afterwards. And then the other person will go mad thinking of 1,000 things what he or she was about to tell me. That is the situation of Miranda. You know, it's very irritating. It's actually very irritating when somebody tells you, Arey, I want to tell you something, right? Something important I want to tell you. And then you just say, Acha, leave it afterwards. So that then the other person will be left bootless inquisition. Means thinking a lot of questions popping up in the head of the other person. What was the thing which he wanted to tell me? So that is what Miranda is talking about. She says, you have often begun to tell me what I am. Several times you started telling me what I am and then stopped and told me that it's not the time. Stay not yet. Stay not yet means wait, this is not the right time. First you started and then you said, wait, this is not the time. And then I was left to a bootless inquisition. Means pondering and thinking so many questions. Vain questions coming in my mind. Useless questions coming into my mind. Endless questions coming into my mind that disappear. What was it that he wanted to tell? Prospero. The hours now come. Prospero says that no, now the time has come. The very minute bids thee ope thy ears. Ope means open. So this very minute wants you, instructs you to open your ears and listen to what I am telling you very attentively. Right? Listen with your full concentration what I am going to tell you now. Keep your ears open and stay alert. Obey and be attentive. Obey my instructions, right? And listen very attentively. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this island? Then before telling her anything, he asks a question from her. He says that, can you remember the time before we came to this island? Do you have any idea? Is there any memory of the time before we came upon this island, before we landed upon this island? Right? If there is any kind of blurred memory, tell me about it. I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old. So Prospero says, I don't think that you must be remembering anything, because at that time you were not even 3 years old. I told you that Miranda was less than 3 years of age, not even 3 years of age when they landed upon this island. So he says, I just want to know that do you remember anything of the past before we landed upon this island? But I don't think that you must be remembering. In the next sentence he says is, I don't think that you must be having any memory of that time, because then you were too young. You were not even 3 years of age. Miranda, certainly, sir, I can. But Miranda says that no, yes, I can remember something. Prospero, by what? By any other house or person, or anything that the image tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance. Prospero says, by what? But what is it that you remember? Now this is the kind of surprise for Prospero, because it's very difficult for a 2.5-year-old or a 3-year-old child to remember. He says that, by what? By any other house or person. What is it that you remember? Do you remember about any other house, or do you remember about any other person whom you met? Of anything, the image, tell me. So what is the image which is there in your mind? What is that thing which is there in your memory? Tell me about it. That had kept with thy remembrance. That's still there in your memory. That's still a part of your memory. That's still present in your remembrance. Please tell me. What is it that you can recall? It is far off and rather like a dream than an assurance. Miranda says that it seems like it happened far off, long, long ago, right? So the memory is a blurred one, not a very clear one. And she says that now it seems like a dream. I don't even see anything which happened long, long ago, right? Especially when you were a child. You cannot say with authority that this is something which actually happened, right? Because we tend to forget certain things. And the age of Miranda was just approximately 3 years, right? So it's quite possible that everything which was there in her mind related to that time of the past might seem like a dream to her. So that is why she says that it's far off. It's a distant memory and rather like a dream than an assurance. And I cannot say anything with surety, because everything related to that time seems like a dream. Whatever I can recollect of, I cannot even differentiate that whether it's a dream or whether it was a reality that my remembrance warrants. So I cannot guarantee that whether whatever is there in my mind was my reality or it's just a dream. I cannot guarantee anything. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me, so this was the memory of the past. She must have had this memory that there were 4 or 5 women attending to her, right? 4 or 5 maids and servants who were taking care of her. this was the memory which Miranda had of the past. So that is why she asked Prospero. That were there 4 or 5 women who were tending to me, means taking care of me, who were attending to me. Prospero, thou hadst and more. Obviously, Miranda was the princess, so she must have had several servants. So Prospero says, yes, you had 4 or 5 women who took care of you, and more. Forget about 4 or 5, even more women you had who were responsible for taking care of you, Miranda. And how is it that this lives in thy mind? And I'm really shocked and surprised that this memory is still there in your mind. What seest thou else? What else can you remember? Besides this thing, what else can you remember? Tell me, I want to know. In the dark background and the abysm of time. What else is there present in the dark background, in the dark background of the past and the abysm of time? Abyss means the bottomless, the bottomless time of the past. What else can you recollect from that? Please tell me. If thou rememberest or ere thou camest here. So is there anything, sorry, do you remember anything of the time before you came to this island? Means before. So before you camest here means before you came to this island. Do you remember anything else of the time before we landed upon this island? How thou camest here, thou mayest. So, or do you have any idea of how we came here? If you remember it, please tell me. I want to know. Right? Thou mayest. Thou mayest means please. You can go ahead and you can tell me, because I want to know what else can you recollect of that particular time, or do you have any memory of how we landed upon this island? Please do tell me if you have any idea of it. I think we should stop here and we'll continue on the next term.